Hey, I'm Josh Elledge, the Chief Executive Angel at SavingsAngel.com, and welcome to the Savings Angel Show. I'm podcasting to you. I just got back from social media marketing world in beautiful San Diego, California, and now later today, I'm on my way over to PodFest here in Orlando. Now, I'm an extremely busy consumer expert, money-saving advocate, syndicated newspaper columnist, and that guy that turns digital entrepreneurs into media celebrities at UpMyInfluence.com. I love what I do and can't wait to get going on today's episode. So in order to help you save more, earn more, and live more abundantly on today's show, I'm going to be covering how to take the stress out of tax season. I'm going to reveal how you can test out, how your kids can test out of their first year of college. It is possible. And finally, we're going to talk about how to spend spring break on a budget. All that and more. Let's get going. Now, tax season is a stressful time of year for most people. Every year, tax laws change, and sometimes it's difficult to keep up with what you can and can't do on your tax return. Now, with 2 months to go before 2019's tax filing, did you know that you could still reduce your tax liability? What's more, the many taxpayers can get free tax filing for both federal and state taxes. Now, here are the best tips for filling your 2019 tax returns. Number one, contribute more to retirement. Now, you have until April 15th, 2020 to contribute up to $6,000 to a traditional IRA or $7,000 for those 55 or more years old. And $3,500 you can still contribute to a health savings account for an individual or $7,000 for a family plan. You could add an additional $1,000 if you're 55 plus. Now, contributions made before April 15th are considered tax deductible. So if you have a little bit of extra cash, move it over to the HSA, move it over to the IRA. It is tax deductible. But more importantly, the interest compounds as tax deferred. Now that allows you to save more quickly than obviously an account that's taxed. Number two, let's talk about taking advantage of some specific deductions. If your child is in college, you may deduct $4,000 a year in tuition costs and other expenses. You can deduct up to $2,500 or the amount of interest you paid during the year, whichever is the lesser amount. You can pay for daycare. Paying for daycare or after-school care for a child under the age of 13 may qualify you to be able to collect a credit of up to $1,050 for one kid or $2,100 for two or more kids. However, you'll need the tax ID or social security number of the care provider to claim this deduction. Next, homeowners who pay PMI, private mortgage insurance, and itemize on tax returns can deduct the premiums paid during the year. If you had mortgage debt on your principal residence canceled or forgiven, then you may exclude up to $2 million for married filers of that discharge debt from your gross income. And then finally, medical costs that exceed 7.5% of your 2019 adjusted gross income can be deducted. However, if you used an HSA to pay for these expenses, you may not deduct those costs because you're already, not being taxed on that. Next, and this is number three here, you can file your taxes for free. Let's talk about how you do this. A lot of confusion out there. A lot of advertisers saying you can file for free with them, but there's a catch. Now, eligible taxpayers can file their federal and state taxes at no cost. Taxpayers whose adjusted gross income was $69,000 or less last year can file their 2019 federal taxes for free this year using the IRS free file. That's at irs.gov, and you'll see it right on the homepage there. It's or the free file. Now, taxpayers can use their smartphone or tablet to do their taxes. They just need to go to irs.gov/free file on their device. All Free File products are enabled for mobile devices. Free File offers the new Form 1040-SR option for seniors over the age of 65 as well. Now, Many of them can also do their state taxes at no charge. Okay, they do this through Free File offered either by the IRS or by states that have a similar public-private partnership. Now, the states with a Free File program are, you ready for this list? Listen for yours. I'm going to share it in alphabetical order here. We'll see if we name yours. Arkansas, Arizona, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, there you are, Michiganders, Minnesota, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Vermont, Virginia, and West Virginia, plus the District of Columbia. Now, Free File partners will charge a fee for state tax return preparation unless their offer says upfront the taxpayer can file both federal and state returns for free. Taxpayers who want to use one of the state Free File program products should go to their state tax agency's Free File page. Now, there are also programs where people can go to have their taxes prepared for free. VITA and TCE sites, VITA, V-I-T-A, and TCE sites are generally located at community and neighborhood centers, libraries, schools, shopping malls, and other convenient locations across the country. Taxpayers can use the VITA locator tool, and that is at the IRS's website. And you can find that. Let's see if I can actually look this up for you right here. It looks like, okay. Well, it's a little bit long. It's if you go to irs.gov/individuals, and from there you'll be able to find the VITA locator tool. Listen, taxes don't have to be scary so long as you're prepared. Know before you go. Get your paperwork organized. Have your dependent ID numbers. And visit irs.gov to see what you may be qualified to deduct from your 2019 taxes. Now, for many of us, the thought of student debt has us reconsidering. Luckily, I'm here to tell you of a way to not only save you thousands of dollars, but save you the pressure of the first year of college. I'm here to tell you how you can save an average of $1,000 or more in college credit. What's the big secret, you ask? You got to get your kiddos, or if you're working your way through college, you're listening to this, you want to test out using CLEP or DSST exams. So these exams are similar to those of the AP tests offered in high school. All you got to do is just pass one per subject, and then these exams are accepted in over 2,900 universities and colleges. And this ends up being so much less money than pretty much every college out there. So how can you pass these tests? Well, listen, preparation is the key. My son just took his SAT. He did a lot of test prep. I'm telling you, you got to treat test prep like a part-time job. If you'll do it, it will pay you handsomely. So parents, hint, hint, there might be a way that you can work that out, but I'm telling you, this is the most important thing. You just have to make it mandatory. Passing these tests without this is going to be very, very hard, unless you've got a test prep game plan. So one system, and again, we searched the web online. Peterson's test prep is probably, it's the best that we found. Peterson's Test Prep Library, they have a subscription. You're allowed unlimited access to all the test prep material they have to offer. That's what they specialize in. You'll have access to their instructional videos, flashcards, and practice tests, which are really important. See, with a practice test, you generally know what you're going to get. You keep taking practice tests and you're like, okay, well, now I'm scoring a 70%. If you're scoring a 70% on the practice test, you're probably going to score around that on the real test. And so you just keep on prepping until you keep on taking those practice tests and you get higher and higher and higher until you know you're absolutely going to ace the thing, right? So Peterson's is offering a special discount for Savings Angel listeners. I'm going to save you some money here. The promo code ANGEL, that's what you want to use. ANGEL. You get 25% off your first month. Just give it a shot. For more information or to sign up, you go to petersons.com/angel. ANGEL. That's Petersons, PetersonsPetersons.com/angel. Use the promo code ANGEL so you can save some money. Just have your kids get in there, try for a month or two. Make sure that they recognize just what a huge opportunity this is. Listen, with summer coming up, are you kidding? Why would you not take advantage of that during the summer months? Have them get a college credit or two. I think that's an absolutely brilliant idea. Thank you so much, Petersons. Again, petersons.com/angel. Use the promo code ANGEL, 25% off. Now, statistically, students spend over $1 billion a year during spring break, the largest expense being flights. Now, we know that most teens and young adults don't want to concern themselves with a budget when on vacations with their friends. Spending money is inevitable, but one portion you can control is just how much you are spending. Now, whether you plan on spending spring break in your state or another, here are some helpful tips on how to keep the green in your wallet. Number one, be prepared. Meet with your family or friends and plan out where you want to go. Don't look for flights last minute. Buying ahead will almost always save you money. Then you can spend the rest of the time spending money while on vacation. Many airlines give shoppers the option to get notified when airfare goes down in price. Again, just get locked in with, just look for that fare watchers. They're all over the place online. Number two, drive. If you don't want to pay a large amount on airplane tickets, change locations to somewhere closer. Road trips are a fun way to travel with family or friends. Well, at least they can be. So how do you do this? Well, very simple. You can make a food passport. If you don't know what a food passport is, just go ahead and Google that. You can make a magnetic activity tray from a small cookie sheet for kids. You can play license plate bingo or the alphabet game, where you look for letters on signs in order. That we almost always do. My boys have eagle eyes, and we play that game. You can play a movie soundtrack to make your trip feel like it's just like the ones from the movies. Maybe not the Fast and Furious soundtrack. I want you to stay safe. Take a pause and then find some nature to enjoy. So as you're planning your route, it's really important, right? That, my advice is to do things to better enjoy the journey. The journey, you got to treat it as part of the vacation. I know sometimes historically, as the dad, I'd be like, we just got to get there. We got to get there. But there's been other times when we looked at the map, we said, oh, hey, there's a state park there. And we're like, it's a diversion. But, and if it ends up taking you an extra day to travel there, I just believe, this is not always going to be the case, but I want you to enjoy the journey as well as the destination. And so feel free to take these little side trips and again, commune with nature. I think your spirit will love it. You can keep small snacks in a tackle box. Don't blow your budget on convenience store and restaurant food. You can go through so much money doing that. And if you plan all your snacks and your food ahead of time, get at the grocery store, use your coupons, take advantage of your sales, BOGOs, and all that sort of thing. And you could save a lot of money by doing it that way. Make sure you invest in a multi-way charger. So you got all the cords, you got all the chargers, so no one's fighting over, it's my turn to charge, right? Just avoid that whole drama. Have more than enough chargers ready to go. And then finally, find a great road trip playlist on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you use, Google Music, and feel free to sing along. Number 3, Airbnb. Instead of spending a ton of money on a hotel, rent a room with the Airbnb app or rent out a place, split the cost with your friends, then cook and save on the money you would have used to eat at restaurants. Number 4, create a budget. Now, this will limit the impulsive purchases one makes as we all find ourselves inside gift shops wanting to buy a memento, whatever. If you decide to take a road trip, budget how much gas and the cost of where you stay, and from there, set aside funds specifically for food, leisure, and gifts, and just budget it ahead of time. You know exactly how things are going to go down then. Now, above all this, remember to have fun. You don't want to get caught up in constantly checking your account and losing out on fun and worrying about whether or not you're staying on budget. Planning ahead, you will stay on budget. Now, you can be responsible and fun all at the same time. Have a happy spring break. Now, if you've loved hearing everything on this podcast, share this episode with a friend. People need this information. You and I together can change lives. I recommend taking a screenshot and posting on Facebook or wherever you hang out the most. And as always, if you have any specific questions or if there's something you'd like to hear me talk about, you can drop me a comment on the podcast feedback, write me on my Facebook group, or call the podcast hotline right now, 407-205-9250, and leave me a message. I'll answer your question, write you back, or with your permission, I'd even share your question or story with others on the show. With that, have a wonderful week, full of saving more, earning more, and living more abundantly. And thank you for listening. Passport. A food passport would be something where I don't quite frankly know.